Hi everybody, Jerry here. Linda's out yard sailing today. And you know, whenever I get a chance, I want to go for a golf cart ride. So I'm bringing you along with me. Just buckle up back there and enjoy the ride. I'm gonna put the armrests down. I'm in my Easy Go Liberty Elite golf cart. When you hear the word elite, it has an LI in the middle, right? That's for lithium. This is an electric golf cart. So where am I taking you today? I'm taking you down to one of our favorite neighborhoods. I don't think we've shown it to you before. It's called Lake Deon, and it's right here in the same general area that we live, but it's closer to Brownwood. Lake Deon is very, very close in proximity to Brownwood Paddock Square. It's close to the Eisenhower Recreation Center. And you're close to Buena Vista, where you can get to all points north and south in the villages. Of course, its namesake is Lake Deon, which is right behind it there. And it's one of the big bodies of water. It's right behind us too, here in Dunedin. Now we're in December. Coming up on winter, aren't we? December 21st. As you can see, everything's green. Look, the landscapers are out. My neighbor was just getting some brand new robolinis installed today. Robolinis are those smaller trees, just like the one straight ahead of us, right here behind the lamppost. That's a robolini. It's a very beautiful tree, but it's got an attitude. It has stickers all over it. Now in our Liberty Elite today, I've got the windshield up to knock down the road noise for you. And we're operating with fixed cameras, so I'm not going to be able to show you a whole lot of side detail, but you'll get the detail out in front. And you see these Christmas trees right here? Those were made by Joe. Joe's got a tree farm in his garage in the village of Lake Deon. I'm not going to go by his place today because he's probably working like a madman trying to get those trees finished up. As you can see, everybody wants one. Turning onto Valley Brook Drive, and we're passing the Whitney Villas here on the left. Gonna go up to Hillsborough Trail right here. Gonna put on my turn signal. I'm belted in, by the way. I don't like to go anywhere that's not belted in. By the way, an Amazon truck just turned here. Sounded like it was an electric truck. How about that? Big old electric truck. Now, Hillsborough Trail is a pretty busy road because it connects Morse Boulevard and Buena Vista. So you get a lot of traffic, especially during seasonal times like this, when I like to refer to my friends as snowbirds. There are only a few that take offense to that, but I don't mean any harm by it. Now, I brought along a snack today, so feel free back there. If you have a snack, go ahead and eat it with me. I brought Pop-Tarts. Now listen, I don't like the frosted Pop-Tarts. Give me the regular strawberry Pop-Tarts plain. That's the way I like them, slightly heated up. Get yourself a golf cart, a couple of Pop-Tarts, that's living. Look at the Christmas decorations. Woo-wee. Put on my signal. Yeah, I'm a little distracted. I got milk in one hand, turning signal in the other hand, steering wheel. Chasing that Pop-Tart with some 2% milk. And let me know if I have a mustache. By the way, what do you think of the picture in a picture? Do you like that? Or would you rather just hear the voice and see the straight ahead picture? Please vote on that in the comments. Personally, I don't know why you would want to look at me while we're driving, but I figured it's nice for you to see me put on the turn signals, wearing the seat belt, got the armrest, got the sunglasses. Passing Manatee Rec Center. That's got a family pool. You can bring your whole family if you get guest passes. You can't just bring them willy-nilly. On the right of me here is the village of Hillsboro. And coming up here on the left in a short while is Lake Deton. So we're almost there. I told you it was close. You're getting a look at this major thoroughfare, Hillsboro Trail. See these homes that have been up here? They put on these Christmas displays. It's kind of nice. They deflate their inflatables during the day. Going along Amish Path, right here on the left. You'll see a golf cart up here. I said golf cart. You'll see a golf course to the left and to the right. That's part of the Evans Prairie layout. I'm not sure which courses those are. I don't generally play the championship courses. I stick to the executives because that's how good I am. Now where our lane is coming to the end, I put on my signal. This car behind me is being very nice and letting me merge. These cars ahead are being very conscious of that biker. And I'm going to turn left here and go back and explore for you. We're turning on Warnock Avenue. You can't see it, but there's a grandpa with about a 3-year-old strapped in next to him in the golf cart next to me. How nice is that? Beautiful thing. A golf cart ride is always better if you've got somebody with you, like Linda. But if you're alone, you're still going to enjoy it too, because you're looking at all this cool stuff. Somebody asked recently, can you have flagpoles in the villages? Oh yeah. We have lots and lots and lots and lots of flagpoles. Lots of veterans here, lots of law enforcement officers, a lot of firemen, a lot of first responders, and those are patriotic people. Now again, we're on Warnock Avenue. And to tell you the truth, I don't know where one neighborhood starts and another one stops, unless I have my handy dandy map in front of my face, which I don't. But I believe we're in the village of Lake Deton already. And we're going back here. A gentleman sits out here, you see that porch on the left. And people just love to go by and wave at him and honk, and I haven't seen him for a year or more. I hope he's all right. I think the newspaper did a story on him a couple of years back. That's his idea of fun, is to sit there and interact with all the people coming by. I mentioned the sunglasses. Listen, if you live in Florida, you need sunglasses. Now, my oldest son does not wear sunglasses, does not like them, does not believe in them, but boy, I do. Now, there are a couple brands that I suggest. Number one is hard to find. It's BNUS. I believe that's a German brand. I'm not really sure, but they have glass lenses. And if you play golf, they don't distort at all. They're high quality, they're easy to clean, they don't get scratched. That's BNUS lens sunglasses. So you can look for those. I can find them on Amazon every once in a while. I stock up. I think I have 4 or 5 pair of those. They could cost you anywhere from $40 up to $100. But you can keep them a lot longer than the plastic. Now these are Oakley's. Oakley's to me is the next best thing. I like the look, I like the feel, but they're plastic. They do get scratched. And at about 90 bucks a pop, that's not a great thing. Now we're coming along a neighborhood here that's an executive neighborhood. What do we call that? A premier neighborhood. And I'm going to take you in there in just a minute. But I wanted to show you this little shortcut. I showed it maybe 4 or 5 years ago, back here in the village of Lake Deton, and it takes you over to a local church. And we're going to turn here on Northwood Lane. It's actually Northwood Place. And right back here at the end is a little hidden treasure. It's a little cut through that takes you back to this church. And it's golf cart accessible. If you lived anywhere around here, you could drive your golf cart to church. Now you can't see the entrance to the accessible drive, but I'm going to show you. It's right here on the other side. See it there? Look at those monumental shrubs all around it. So we're going to go back there. I'm going to take you all the way back to this church just to show you. And look how well kept this little multimodal trail is. It's very cozy and beautiful. I don't know what road that is on the right. That's one of the county roads. That's outside the villages over there. We are at once was the southern border of the villages, but we've gone a long way past that now. I'm sorry, I'm having trouble with my tongue today because it's trying to reach down here and get one of these Pop-Tarts. This gate here takes you onto church property. It's totally fine. I think they must have that gate there to put up when the snow comes and they want to block off the driveway. It's dangerous. That's a joke. You can see the church up ahead there. I believe they have a community garden back here. Now you can't drive your golf cart up there to the actual main church, but they have walkways. See that? Walkways, so you can go through this fence and go up there and worship Lake Deton United Methodist Church. I waited till I was sure to tell you because I wasn't sure. Looks like a community garden. Danger, alligators and snakes in the area. Stay away from the water. Do not feed the wildlife. I bet nobody's seen a snake here. I could be wrong. Bet you there's some fish in there. I bet if you put some money in the offering plate, they'd let you fish here. What do you think? And we're on our way back out again. It's not very far back here. It's kind of a fun ride back here though, isn't it? Now those of you that say I'm going fast when you watch these videos, boy, Linda got it last time. They said, that girl is flying. She wasn't. This cart is set that it will not go more than 21 miles an hour. Now, a golf cart is not supposed to go over 20 anyway. So it's very easy to stay safe in this particular one. And we're leaving Lake Deton United Methodist Church and we're back on the multimodal trail. It's very pretty through here, isn't it? But like I was saying earlier, get yourself a pair of BNUS sunglasses. I've got a link to a couple pair on our Amazon storefront. I don't like to buy the Oakleys. I think they're too expensive. They're for plastic sunglasses. Florida is a great place for shrubs. I think some of them are called podocarpus, and I don't know what some of the others are called, but as you can see from these shrubs straight ahead, they really trim up nice, and they offer a lot of privacy. So we're back out here. These shrubs on the right are kind of infringing on the old cart path, aren't they? That's all right. It won't hurt anything. So we'll stop here. Hello. Stop here and have another drink of cow juice. Gives you a white mustache. It's worth it though when you gotta wash down those Pop-Tarts. So we are in Lake Deton. All the familiar home plans: begonia, aspen, gardenia. A lot of attractive homes in here. I like that home straight ahead. That's probably a begonia. See the garage next to the front door? Golf cart garage? That's typical of begonia. If you see vehicles on the street here, like this one straight ahead, it's almost always a worker. Touched by Angels Pool and Spa Services, cleaning that swimming pool. Now we're going to go back Wading Heron Way here because I know that's a premier neighborhood. You can look here at this house. You can see those garages. One of those is a 2-car garage and the other one is a full car garage. Now, many people like me have a half-car garage, which is called a golf cart garage, as the third one. But these homes are spectacular. They're big. The landscaping is just off the charts. So are the taxes. Driveways tend to be fancy if you look at them as we go by. Pavers. Stamped concrete, painted concrete. A lot of times that's kind of like a keep up with the Joneses situation. If you have a concrete driveway and all your neighbors have something fancy, and these are fancy as we're going by here, I don't know how well you can see them. But then you're kind of tempted to get yourself a fancy driveway. Well, let's go down Leisure Street. I've always wanted to be on Leisure Street. These are interior homes, so they would sell for less than the homes that are on the border, homes that have a view, but still very nice, spacey, roomy houses. And we'll just look at a few streets here, just to kind of give you an idea what these homes look like. Remember, you're in Lake Deton. I'm going to drive like I'm on a ski slalom. Kind of show you some of these houses. Just let you get an idea what they look like. I know from past experience that Linda likes that house. It has a side garage entry, which is unique for the Villages. Some have them, but most don't. A lot of third full car garages. These people were smart. Why wasn't I smart? I want to have a small boat or a kayak, and I don't have room for it. Maybe one of our viewers will have room in their garage for me to keep a kayak or a small boat. Linda loves those posts in the driveway. All I see there is a chance for Linda to hit those posts in the driveway. You don't know what you don't know until you don't know it. But I would definitely like a front porch on a home if I had one again, if I was doing it all over again. That right there is a beautiful setup, 2-car garage and a 1-car garage. All these houses on this street right here are the same. 2 full cars and 1 full car. And lovely landscaping. You can see that home straight ahead. Very typical home for this neighborhood. I don't know how old these are. I would say these homes are in the neighborhood of 12 years old, maybe 11 or 12 years old. Looks like the roof could use some attention. I think I ran that stop sign. Some stop signs are like a tree in the forest. As you age, I think you want a home that is easy to maintain, because you're not aging 1 year at a time. When you get into your 70s, it feels like you're aging 5 years for every year you age, I think. And what you could do last year, you can't do this year. Although I know that doing it is what helps keep you young, but a lot of people hire out their landscaping. So keep that in mind. You're either going to have to pay to have it done, or you're going to have to do it yourself. This is a beautiful little cul-de-sac. Give you a look at these gorgeous homes. Now I'm going 5 miles an hour. Like I said, this is going to be a fairly short trip today because it's so close to our home. These people knew what they were doing. Now here's an example of a golf cart garage right there. You see that? Almost all the other homes have a full car garage. It doesn't take long to fill up that golf cart garage. There's the same, but they are divided. There are 3 one-car garages in that home. Interesting. And remember, see the 2 light posts? Actually, there's 1 post with 2 lights. That's significant because that means it's a premier neighborhood. And look at that beautiful home right there. Up top, there's room for another apartment up there, or several rooms probably. See the handles on the door? Those are magnets. Those aren't really handles at all. It's for a show. Show you some of these homes. I know it's hard with a fixed camera to do that, and I certainly don't want to get in anybody's yard. Solar panels, you see those once in a while. Here's another home that's quite tall, so they definitely have room up top for major storage and or another room, and they have the 3 full car garages. They knew what they were doing. Some people screen in their front porch. We just went by a house that had a screened in front porch. I personally don't like the look of that because it's dark. You can see there's one. It just makes it dark. Now, if you were a front porch sitter, though, you might appreciate that in the evenings because of the mosquitoes. So a lot of neat homes here. Beautiful. Uh-oh, somebody's mail is on the ground. I'm gonna pick that up because it is a definite piece of United States mail. I guess I'm going to deliver this mail because it has a number on it. Let's see if I can find it here. I'm going the wrong way. I'm going to have to turn around. Well, I know this is not thrilling for you guys. But you wouldn't want your mail falling into the wrong hands. Although this one does feel like there might be a gift card in it. Here we go. I'll just walk over here to the door. Be right back. Hello.
Hi.
I was driving down the road and some of your mail was in the street.
Thank you so much.
So it probably just fell off something. And
Oh, maybe this is our new credit card. Thank you.
you're welcome. That was nice. She said it was her new credit card, so it was a lucky pickup. She was very thankful. All right, let's see if her driveway is big enough to turn around in without backing up. Wouldn't that be nice? Oh, it is beautiful. Brick pavers, just like that one over there. And see that garage there? That's a screen door. The garage has a screen on it. There are mixed reviews on those. On a day like this, ooh la la, that would be wonderful. But on a hot day, I don't think it gives you much relief. See the beautiful mature palm trees? That's what you lose when you go to other areas. These are huge. They're well established. Just gorgeous. Give you a look at these two houses in the corner here. They've got the arched doors over the garage. Super nice. Yeah, I would say sign me up for one of these. Nice. Again with the 3-car garages. Beautiful. So we're in the village of Lake Deton. This is probably by golf cart no more than 6 minutes or 7 minutes from Brownwood Paddock Square. If you hang a right up out in Buena Vista, you could be up at Sumter Landing in probably 15 minutes, 10, 15 minutes. I don't believe I've seen a single home that had a 2-car garage. Now sometimes in the villages you'll see 2-car garages, but that would be a deal breaker for me. Because I've got junk. I need to put stuff in the garage. I need to make friends. Well, let's show you this house. It's a little different than most. I need to make friends with somebody with an empty garage. How about that? There's a gray door on that garage. Looks nice. That's a Bismarck palm, that bluish green one in the background there. And right up there, you see the Bismarck palm. Kind of glowing in the sunlight. It's a fella going for a walk. He's a solicitor. He's trying to sell something. By the way, let me throw a little word of caution out to you at home. We like to help people, you know, especially small businesses, people that go out and try to show initiative. We love it. And recently some boys came to the door and they wanted to wash our windows. They were college-age kids, 18 to 20 years old. We thought, you know what, why not? So they wanted $200. And we ended up saying, okay, go ahead and do it. Man, they were out of there in no time at all. They didn't do everything they said they would do. And they took our $200. So I would say, just make sure it's a reputable person. I would steer away from people that knock on your door. Sometimes there's a meat truck. A guy has a pickup truck with we call it a deep freeze back there in Indiana, with a freezer in the back, and they sell meat out of a pickup truck. And that's a frequent thing here in the villages. I mean, it happens a couple times a year. I wouldn't buy meat out of a pickup truck. I think Linda told you we had 30 offers to cut down our palm tree after it died. 30 different companies. Now those, they're legit. You know, the guy comes in, he's ready to go take it down. But again, you don't know if they have insurance. You don't know if they're going to do a great job. You don't know if they'll clean up their mess. It's best to go with a reputable dealer. Still in Lake Deaton. We're outside the premier neighborhood, and you can see that these homes are a little bit smaller, still very nice. Here you have a mixture of siding and vinyl homes. Back in the premier neighborhood, I only saw block and stucco. And none of the homes you see up here, by the way, would be the concrete panel homes, I don't think. And always keep in mind, when you watch our show, all we tell you is what we think. We could be wrong. So do your own research. But right behind these homes on the right, there's a really pretty lake. Let me see if I can get a view of that for you. This would be a nice situation. I'm going to pull through here. You can't really see it through there. But there's a really nice pond back there. Now here's something I like about this Easy Go Liberty. All the reverse, forward, neutral, it's on the dash. So you just turn the key backward 2 clicks, you're in reverse. Another thing I love about this golf cart is that there is no parking brake. When you stop, you are stopped. Now on all the ones I've driven in the past, there's another little button on the corner of the foot brake. And that button has to be pushed down to set the brake. And here we're on another little cul-de-sac. A lot of people like to call the village's homes cookie cutter homes. And when you look at them from an airplane, you know, it looks like a Monopoly board, only closer together. But if you're on the ground, you can see the homes have subtle differences. Now, my home is just like all the other Aspens. A gardenia from the outside, other than the paint colors, is like all the other gardenias. And you can throw in differences with landscaping. You can reverse the floor plan. You can always change your driveway. You can have a different walkway. Your flower beds may look different. All your plantings will be different. Hey, that must be where Santa lives right there. Y'all see that? That's neat. When you live in Florida, you certainly have access to a lot of different types of plants, you know, your vegetation. I love to look at all these. You know what, one of my favorite, I'll go down this cul-de-sac as well. One of my favorite trees is called the Sylvester palm. But Sylvester palms, near the base, almost all of them eventually look like they're rotten. It's common, you know, so I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but I just don't like, see the one in front of us there? See how the bottom looks? It almost looks rotten. And that's common. These are queen palms that you see right there in front of you. See the two Sylvester palms across the street? You can see that the base on both of them looks almost like it's dirt. You know, that's common, but it's not, to me, not the most attractive look for a tree. But the tops of the Sylvesters are just beautiful. I'm going down all these cul-de-sacs just to give you guys an idea what the homes look like. We're just about finished with our tour today. You're in Lake Deaton. Maybe I'll show you their postal station and then we'll sign off from there. We're coming down this little cul-de-sac. By the way, you should try to duplicate these rides sometimes. Get your golf cart and go out and just fart around. This house is for sale here. Did you see that Sylvester? It had the same thing at the bottom. And there's an agave plant right there. You see it straight ahead. They've got a couple of them. But look at that. Isn't that a sharp looking tree? Get it? But it is attractive. Look at that. Look at the base of it. That's really something. I like that. I don't want it in my yard, but I like it in their yard. It's beautiful. Go back out here to Neighborly Way. Remember we were on Leisure Street earlier. You can see the pond through that, you probably can't see it from that camera, but that pond straight ahead behind these homes. Very nice layout. That is a crepe myrtle tree. See it with the flag there? Crepe myrtle. They grow like crazy. You can cut those almost down, and the next year you'll have a whole tree again. Well, we've been neighborly, we've been on our leisure trip. Why don't we go to Picnic? Let's go to Picnic Place. Picnic Place. The trees in the yards are much smaller on Picnic Place. By the way, you can notice the color variations of the homes and see how they all fall within a certain palette. You can't just go willy-nilly with your colors. Mulch. Got a new palette of mulch ready to go down. I'd have to call my friend Alphonse to come and do that. When you're coming up, you get married, you got a job, you're doing all your do-it-yourselfer stuff. We're building screen porches, we're doing our own. I have hauled tons and tons of boulders. Some of them weighing 5 tons. Get machines, wrestle them. I used to do all that when I'm young. I don't want to do it now. I can get out of commission real easy. Comes with the age. See that pineapple palm right there? Now that's an example of one. Sometimes they even are more bulbous. How's that for a word? Than that one. but they're kind of a neat look to them. Again, like some of the palm trees, they're sharp. You can put your eye out, walk under that thing. Omega Street. As we look up ahead, you see a Bismarck palm on the right and a couple of Sylvester palms on the left. And you can see that the bottom of those Sylvesters is looking pretty shabby, but it's like we said, it's the nature of the beast. We just went by Pineland Villas. There's a fella on a trike. He's got the single wheel in the back. Those white signs in the yard are from the lawn companies. There are a lot of different companies that cut the grass, edge the driveways. This white one and that yellow one are two of the leading companies. Yellow is Massey, the white is Dean's, and they take care of a lot of people's yards here in the villages. See across there, you can see homes with garages. That is a screen on the one on the right. They have a screen on their garage. All right, I think we'll head back toward the main drag. I'll try to show you the postal station. I hope I'm heading back toward the main drag. During this time of year, you'll see less lawn maintenance than any other time because the grass goes dormant and it won't be as vividly green as it was earlier, and it won't be growing much. In fact, our grass cutters came today, but I suspect that next week they won't come at all because there's not a lot growing this time of year. Crossing Vineland Avenue, and we're on Cross Hill Drive. We're going to go on out here to Warnock. That's where we started this voyage. We came in on Warnock. And we will head out. I'll show you the postal station if I'm on the right side of it. Underbrush Trail. Yeah, we missed the postal station. It's back behind us, so we're not going to get a look at that. But I am so glad that you came along on this ride. Did you have a good time back there? Oh, good, good. Glad that you saw what you could see and that we didn't have any major incidents and everything went good. And I hope that you'll come with us on our next ride. A lot of people love these rides. I really enjoy bringing them to you. Now, up ahead, you can see Nectar Road. The next turn after that, we'll be back onto Hillsborough Trail. That's where I'm going to take that exit, and I'm going to sign off from here, and I'm going to say thank you for joining us. Appreciate it. I hope you'll watch our show this coming Monday, and we'll have another Mailbag Monday for you. Until then, as Linda would say, see you when you get here.